Hi, and thank you for tuning in to episode 7 of Beauty Queens Random Thoughts, Happenings, and Ideas. I am your host, Beauty. I know it's been a while since I reached out and spoke out about anything, and today's randomness is not so random. It's actually something that's a little bit personal. I have did episode 7 like 55 times. I just haven't put it out yet. I also elected not to do an outro, not to do an intro, but to just blog, just give you me. Now on October the 17th, which was Friday, my cousin was killed down in Alabama by the police. And with speaking with another cousin of mine, she said, black men getting killed by the police is very prevalent today. And as I thought about it, I thought about a young boy who got killed not this past year, but the year before, which was 2013 on 4th of July around my house. To my knowledge, he was running from the police for whatever reason. They were chasing him in a car. He was running through a lot. One of the police officers shot out of the car and killed the young man. The next day, I end up talking with a police officer. And, I was explaining to him and I was saying, they took this young boy's life, which he couldn't have been more than 16 or 17 years old. So they took this young boy's life, and for what reason? Okay, so most police are on the same beat every day. They have this area that they work, you know, unless called for whatever reason, but they usually have an area that they work, and young boys who usually be out around a neighborhood is the same neighborhood that they be out. So my question to him was, if you've seen him before, because it was a lot of information going back and forth, and it began in the chase for whatever they were looking for or thought that he had. Whatever the case may be, it wasn't because they searched him, but it was because they thought they knew him, or seen him do something, which I mean, like, you've seen him before. And whatever it was could have been approached another day. Because he would have been in lockup, what, a day, maybe out the same day, maybe a couple of days until he got a bond in county. I mean, like, these little things, a couple of days, but instead he lost a whole life. And then the more I began to think about it, all the things that's going on with the police, he told me that in the academy, I said, why wouldn't you shoot to disable? Instead of shooting to kill this young man, why wouldn't you shoot to disable? If you felt the need, because in all honesty, life is precious. Life is but a moment. It's a vapor. Like, you don't have a long time to be here. And usually you're connected to somebody else, and it's a lot of hearts, and it's a lot of things involved. It's a lot of other lives involved in your own life. And I said, why wouldn't you shoot to disable them? And he said, well, we're taught to shoot to kill. This is what they're taught. This is what the officer told me. And I said, well, there's the flaw in the system. And the more that I think about it, okay, when you are around somebody or with somebody who cares for you, who are that friendly for you, even if you do something to them to make them feel any kind of way, the first thought in their mind is not to kill you. It's just not. You can anger somebody, you can steal something, and they may want to hit you, they may want to fight you, they may want to curse you out, they may want to do all these things. But if they are a friend to you or care for you in any way, their first thought is not going to be to kill you. Maybe after festering thoughts, after a while, and consequences or whatever the repercussion is from whatever happened, they may think that if it had already been some past issues. But their first thought, their first mind shouldn't be in a friendly environment or a caring environment, wouldn't be to kill you. Because you can't get life back. It's gone, and it's gone forever. I'm not angry. But I'm a communicator. And when something is going on in my heart or around me, that's something close to me, then I tend to speak out about it. And that's just who I am. That's how I deal with things. And that's me. So what I want to say and what I want to express is that if your first thought, if you're taught the very first thing that you should do is to kill someone, that means they are an enemy. You are walking on enemy's territory. And that's just what it is. Treat it as such. Treat it as such. Now, don't mistake these words for something that they're not. Because when I say your enemy, it's people that's my enemy that I still will help. I will still help them. And I still care for them because that's who I am. I care for people. I won't hate you. I won't like the things that you do, and I will not trust you. And that's where we at. That's what has been shown time and time again, from Sean Bell to Adam Matters. You're walking on enemy territory. He was young. I think that a lot of times people do things out of fear. And time again, don't allow fear to grip you and to make you make decisions, because it is never going to be the right decision in fear. I would have hoped that he would just face whatever that would have been coming his way. And it's all these young boys, the same thing. The same thing with Trayvon Martin. He didn't know what the guy was going to do. He had no idea. Because if you had known that these choices you're going to make would have been ending your life, then wouldn't you have done something better? Don't react in fear is what I'm saying. And don't allow even your very enemy to put you in fear. But just have the knowledge and wisdom to know, understand that enemy's territory. I know it's heavy. It's just the way I communicate. It's what I feel, and it's what I decided to say. I'm Beauty, and I'm TWO.